Hello, Matt here. In today's video, it's finally time for something I've been looking forward to quite a bit. It's time for my E36. So yeah, it's staying this color for sure, but we finally have a plan for it, and as you can see, I started working on it. Well, first of all, I think I have some old footage of me putting the white body on, so I'll show you that. Hello, Matt here. Today, something I've been ignoring for far too long, it's Fiji time. For all you new guys out here watching this for the first time, what is Fiji? Well, it's an E36 compact, or 316 Ti as you would call it in America, which is individual, Fiji Grün. And it will be N13 swapped. As you can see, the engine is already in, but the engine is busted. More on that in the previous videos. But what I will be doing instead is white bodying this car. And this is what we will be using. It's a Fitment Lab kit, designed especially for the compact series. And I must say, out of the box, this kit is really amazing. Fits really nicely. So basically, as I said, fits very nicely. Finish is very good. You can just primer it and paint it. So there's that. But I mean, most of the guys would just drill some holes, cut off the fender, and well, bolt it in with riv nuts or something. But that's not what we are going to do. See, what we want to do is get this flush mounted so it looks like an OEM. No bolt holes, no nothing. We need to blend it into the fender, and that will take a bit of time. We will cut everything we don't need from here off. Usually guys will just cut off this part, do it that way. I'm cutting everything off, all the metal. I will leave only 2 centimeters of strip where I can bolt it and glue it on. And once that is done, we will use glass fiber resin to blend it all in, body filler, and it's done. But once we open the fender, before that I need to fix all the rust, and then, just then, we will blend this in. But that does not mean we cannot fit it right now, and I really do want to fit it. I'm sorry about the shadow. The sun is behind me, so I cannot do much about it. But as I said, this is a very nice fit. As mentioned, I will have to do something about this because I wanted to get it even flusher, so that this goes basically in. And I really love the look of this kit. I don't know how much you can see on camera, but there is a nice curve right here, and this is the part I love about it. I do believe this is based on a Felony kit, but it does have a bit more of an arch to it on the rear end, and that's one part I never liked about E36s. And yeah, this way it looks freaking awesome. Now, I've already played around with this a bit. Oh, just a tiny bit. Now, as you can see, I already played with this a bit, so we have this fitted as flush as it can get. Now, what I'll do is drill a bunch of holes, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't know how many, and get this fitted into position. Once I do have it like that, well, actually, you know what? I'll do it like this. As I said, I'm cutting all of this off, so I'll just mark it. I mean, it goes all the way to the edge here, goes to this edge here, and it goes down to this edge. So basically what I'll do is just cut everything out. and get this piece of metal out, and then see where we are at. Okay, we have this cut off and tried to save as much of the inner fender as I could, and now I'm trying to beat it out a bit so it can meet the fender. And once we fit the fender, I'll just use glass fiber resin and fibers to close this all off.
No, you won't.
You know what, I'm switching to the other side because, well, there's no fuel cap here, so I can cut everything off. Let's do this side and see where we're at. Yeah, this looks nice. Or not really nice, because there's half of my car missing right here. Yeah, I don't get you guys to do that on the new cars. You're freaking crazy. I would never have the heart to do that to a new car. But as I said, this is an old, cheap piece of junk, which we will try and make look good. Here we have the fronts, and I thought maybe I could do it off the car. No way in hell, because if I start cutting them, they will bend out of shape so badly, I will never get them to fit correctly. Also, this one was crashed over here, so I need to fit that in somehow. Here's the idea. Again, we cut off most of it. Leave just the lip like this, where we can bundle them together. Then one very important thing, this I will try and tuck in behind it, and yeah, then the back part I will try and close in somehow. Either way, that should be like one piece, so like you'll see. Best way to tell you is to actually show you. What I was talking about modifying was this part. Again, on the car, we'll make a relief cut here and here, bend this downwards, and then put in a plate like this.
No, they won't.
And then this car should be finished.
No, they won't.
Either way, I'll come back to you in a few days, weeks, months, whatever.
For a millennium.
Once I finish the bodywork, at least the front of the bodywork, because then I can mount the fenders, front fenders, and then I'll finish fitting this wide body kit. I don't know how much you remember, but it's a fucking rust bucket. I mean, there's like nothing here. And I actually started stripping down the interior, so we have a hole there, and yeah. Fortunately, floors aren't really that bad, except this part here and these two parts there. So since I have this, we can easily fix those things. But the rear end is completely gone, so the subframe mounts have been knocked through the chassis. They aren't even holding on. Shock towers are completely dead, and if you look down here, you'll see that it's, I don't know how much you can see, but it's very, very, very rusty. You can see it pull through everywhere. So this needs to be cut out completely. This is going out because I started stripping down this, and this is what will be going on in the back. So this is an F20 rear end, which means I can use F20, F87, F80, whatever you want to call it, rear end. And with that, we'll have a complete multi-link, which is pretty good, and we can build on it. Now, front end will stay in person, so E36 with some E46 bits will widen the track and everything, and it should look nice. But yeah, the main part now is to clean everything off, remove all the rust, and cut out the rear end and try to fit this one in. So a lot of work. Maybe I won't film everything, but I will show you the pics of project for sure as we start cutting. Hopefully we can do it in 3 or 4 days, because that's how much nice weather we have. And before that, I need to take out the engine and the gearbox. I will be redoing the mounts. I have an idea how to do them, how to make them better, and I will be redoing the subframes, so that also remains to be seen. But as you can see, I'm doing something for myself, and it's weight reduction. You know I love weight reduction, so every single bracket on this car needs to go out. We'll cut a part of bulkhead here, or cut a bit of it there. So yeah, this stays cut out like that, and I'll also start cutting the bumper and everything. So as you can see, this is what I've cut out today. So yeah, I want to get it as light as freaking possible. But as I said, main part is we have a plan for it. Oh, I didn't tell you. I mean, I said it's a race car, but this will be a hill climb car. So low weight, probably some aero, wide body, wide track, very low, and hopefully very fast. But yeah, it's time. Let's start working on it. First off, cutting this off, you'd say, I mean, like, what will you gain? I can still drill a bunch of holes, but this is aluminum, so I won't gain much. A lot of time wasted though. But this is where I kind of wasted a bunch of time to get it way lighter. This is the stock one with the damper inside, and you can see how big this is and everything. And this one, 1.9 kilo. On the other hand, this one with everything taken out and just welded, I mean, I could make this probably a bit lighter, making it from scratch. But why? When I can just cut out stuff, weld this up, and 1 kilo gone. Exactly 1 kilo. Let me just show you what I'm doing. So I've cut it off here where it was welded. So I'm left with this and that. This is what's inside. But this is an interesting part, because here you can pull it out. I didn't know that. If I knew that, I wouldn't have got it from this side on the other side, but whatever. Now I know this is out. This we won't need. This we will need. I'll weld it here. But before that, I'm just gonna cut it here. I marked where it needs to be, so I'm cutting behind that mark. And then we'll just weld everything together, pull all of this out, weld everything together, and then I'll cut the upper portion as you saw. But yeah, pretty easy, pretty simple. Don't need any materials, and you can save kilo per side. So very nice. So I still have this piece inside. This way, this is centered as it should be, which is very nice. Now I'll tack it in place, then clean the paint and weld it completely. Let's check how much is saved on that aluminum part. $1.5 kilo. So these two and this, 2.5 kilos saved at the very front of the car. It's small stuff like this that when mounted to whole car, I mean when you cut everything you can, imagine cutting around half a kilo on 50 parts. You're like 25 kilos down. So that's how we do it, and that's what we'll keep on doing. We can also check how much we saved with this, actually. So again, so let's say all of this, another 2 kilos saved. So all in all, more than 5 kilos saved in the front end. Jesus effing Christ, these three things weigh basically, oh, Mini's there, basically almost the same as the whole freaking GX body. They're heavy. These fuckers are 30 kilos probably each, and this fucker is also 20-ish kilos, so let's say 80 kilo altogether. I think it's time we cut out the rear end. Now just look at the state of this shit. I mean, I really don't want to save this in the original form, but here's what I'm thinking. we'll be cutting. I have to cut this off. I'll weld this in later because this is a good reinforcements. But I'll cut off this part, then under here, and that should separate it completely. Then we'll just cut it right along the seam here, and on the inside I'll just cut it here for now. So yeah, the rear end gets me a bit confused because again I'll cut it like here, so this all stays, then I can drill it out and make it nicer, and then I think I'll just cut it off here and under this edge right there. And once this is out, I mean, hopefully this rear end will stay on these and these, and this will stay connected over there, so hopefully I don't have to reinforce it from the inside. I mean, this is not that heavy, so it should be good. This needs to be cut out, so in the next frame there should be a huge hole here. Let's go. I'm going to get hurt. For sure. For sure. Or not. I think we are mostly up. We are free. Now the car is not high enough to, well, pull this out, but whatever, we'll try it. Now that we're left with mostly healthy car, except for the front part and seals, whatever, fix that. Still need to clean this up, prepare it. We need to remove these completely, this and that actually. All of this, we need to fix that. Then we'll do some, actually I can do that later, whatever. But yeah, oh, I need to still drill these out also. I mean, a bunch of stuff to be drilled out and to be prepared to mate with the F20 rear end. And for the F20 rear end, well, you can see it's much bigger than what we cut out, so a lot of cutting left to do with that. But that's for another day. Actually, that's probably for another week, because even today we were lucky because it was supposed to rain, and it will rain soon, so we should wait until it's dry and we can then start the work. But hey, a lot of cut off stuff. Some people shouldn't have access to angle grinders. What can you do?